Welcome back to my channel, friends. It's your boy Justin DTV hanging out with you. Look, for every fun thing that we do on this channel, for every beautiful song we listen to, there's got to be a little bit of real life put in here. So I wanted to check this video out. Somebody sent this to me. A black woman delivers a powerful speech in support of Donald Trump, blasts Kim Kardashian for being fake. I gotta know what she's gonna say. I want to know what she has to say, because something tells me if this is making this many waves on the internet that somebody sent me this to listen to, that there's gotta be some kind of point that she's gonna make. So let's listen, let's have a discussion. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get to it.
When it comes to President Donald Trump, I want to say this because a lot of people accuse this man of being a racist. And I just want to say that I met President Donald Trump working on criminal justice reform. I too was one of the ones that said, no, I don't want to go talk to that man. I don't know him. He hates black people. Well, that's what they said. And so they said, well, Angela, he's working on criminal justice reform. You have a story. Many of you may or may not know that I served time in a Georgia state prison. And while I was serving time in that prison, I was pregnant. And when it was time for me to deliver my baby, I was transported to a hospital here in Georgia by a police officer, and I was chained to a bed, and I was forced to give birth to my baby with a sheriff watching for a nonviolent crime. Also separated from my family for a nonviolent crime. But you know, the Democrats said we only supposed to fight for the family separation at the border. They forgot all about the family separation in the border. They want Trump to apologize for the CP5, but they ain't demanded that Joe Biden apologize for the '94 crime bill. But that's something else. I had a story. They told me that this man was a racist, but I had a story, and I knew that if I could use my story to convince this man that there was a need to reform our criminal justice system, then I would do that. I wasn't going to be worried about emotions. I wasn't going to be worried about the media. I wasn't going to worry about the naysayers. I was going to go in with my story and see if I could make a difference. I found myself sitting in front of President Trump in the Oval Office, and I shared my story. This is the man that they told me was a racist. I don't know. I'm scared to death. Is he going to hang me? I don't know. Is he going to call the KKK the way that the media has portrayed it? I'm in a danger zone. Just so happened that he heard my story. Not only did he pass the First Step Act, but he also made it illegal for them to chain women to the bed during their childbirth. This white man that they told me was a racist, they told me he hated black people. So not only did he just sign one of the most historic forms of criminal justice reform legislation to ever hit this nation, overturning the '94 crime bill that massively incarcerated black America, freeing nearly 20,000 people to this day. The First Step Act. I sat in the Oval Office with a lot of criminal justice reform advocates. I saw Kim Kardashian on the front page taking her pictures. I saw Alice Johnson. I saw Louis.
Before I let her continue, can we talk for a second? We'll continue on her seeing these people. One of the things that I've always said when it came to politics is do your own research. And I'm not talking about listen to news articles and watch more TV. And I'm talking about do your own homework. Look at the bills. Look at what's been talked about. Look at what people actually said and what they actually did. Not what was said about what they were doing. What were they actually doing? I've always said that for one reason and one reason only. This right here. Too many people have an idea about a thing because that's the narrative and just say that's how it is. That's what it's gonna be. I'm not trusting this because this. I watched an interview with Donald Trump today, an NBC interview. You can look it up on YouTube. It's an hour and some change long. They're talking. He's talking with the journalist. She asked him a question. He starts to answer. Then she says something, and then right when he starts to make a point, I'll get to that. I want to move on. And ask about this. Then Psycho repeats. And it just, between that interview, just watch it. Just watch it. Watch it with an open mind, guys. I'm not telling you that I'm not getting political. I'm not telling you that Donald Trump is the greatest president. I'm not telling you Joe Biden's the worst. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying listen to that interview and find out if you think it sounds fair. If when asked a question by a journalist, if you're stopped in the middle of your thought and told, let's move on, do you think it's fair? Not only then, but that happened in an interview that I watched, and I can't remember the girl's name, after one of the debates. The one journalist, and back in 2000, this would have been 2018, 17, this would have been somewhere in that time period, was asking Donald Trump about just different topics about conspiracies, QAnon, stuff like that. Same thing. She was saying, you do know about it. He says, no, I don't. He says, I don't know. Can we move on? He asked her, can you move on? You do know. She's badgering him. And she got praised for that. That's not journalistic at all. That's not journalism. If you say you don't know, why would I grill you and say you do know? Move on. I'm just asking you to look at the interviews. Just look at the interviews. Come back to this video. Just look at the interviews for yourself. Now listen to what this woman's saying. She got her ideas from what she was told. She said, they said that he was this. They said that he's this. This is my experience, though. Once you get your own experience, once you get your own knowledge about things and about people, and this goes for anybody, any politician, any person, once you get your own experience, that's when you can talk. Before that, you're just going to have whatever thought that you're given. Whatever thought you're told to think is what you're going to have. That's what I got to say.
My page taking her pictures. I saw Alice Johnson. I saw Louis Reed. I saw Van Jones. I saw Jessica Jackson. I saw, what's her name? Vivica Fox. I saw Isaiah Washington. But I don't see any of them here today.
Where they at, though?
A lot of people want to take a lot of credit for being criminal justice reform experts, criminal justice reform advocates, but to tell the truth, you didn't free nobody. Trump did. Kim Kardashian had the nerve to put up a tweet to say free Gunna. Gunna is a YSL rapper tied to the Young Thug case, charged with RICO, the same DA, the same charges. You put up a tweet and say free a known gangster in Atlanta, Georgia, but you won't put up a tweet and say free President Trump. And the only reason you getting any credit for freeing anybody is because President Donald J. Trump signed the papers. As a criminal justice reform advocate, somebody that's grateful to President Donald Trump for giving me a second chance, giving me an opportunity to run for Congress by clearing my record. Somebody who was completely oblivious to the corruption that happens in Atlanta, Georgia. I just wanted to do something for my community. I refuse to be silent. Not only will I stand for Atlanta, Georgia, not only will I stand for America, not only will I stand for the babies being aborted in the womb, not only will I stand for the mothers that choose life, I'm also going to stand with President Donald Trump.
How beautiful, man. God bless this lady. Her speech was a bit longer, so I made sure to put the video link in the description so you can go and watch it, listen to it. I'm gonna leave you with this picture. I choose this picture because the lady in the video, Angela, she's right here behind.
So at some point in time, I think you should go watch her full speech, but I'll leave it at this. Guys. I'll just say, remember, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you feel, just get your own facts. do you really believe that the facts that you believe that you have are good enough to form whatever opinion that you really want to have? Or do you even care? That's all I'm saying. When it comes to something, if somebody came up here and told you that these hot fries were good for you, based on scientific evidence, they're good for you, you gonna believe that? We put an article out and say we got some scientists to check on it, you're gonna say that's good for you? Or are you gonna do your own research and find out that all the chemicals that's in there, it's not good for you, and you should only eat them in moderation? That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking is, do you feel the way you feel because that's how you feel and that's what you know? Or do you feel, and I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the politics. I'm talking about politicians. I'm talking about, this can be applied to a lot of different things. Or do you feel like that because that's the way you were persuaded to feel based on what a group had to say? Look at it for yourself, guys. I believe her speech was very powerful. It's very nice to hear her personal story. I think that a lot of people have personal stories like this. I think that a lot of things are swaying in different directions in the world, and I just want people to think for themselves. So that's why we're here. That's why we're on YouTube. That's why I'm even looking at this video with you. To see that the woman that thought for herself, got her own opinion, thought something different originally because that's what she was told, then went and got her own opinion, and now she thinks differently. I'm asking you to just do your own. You might find something about Donald Trump that he said that you don't like, and that's what you saw, and that's how you formed your own opinion. Now you're more justified in not liking him. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not getting political here. I'm just talking. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I would love to have a discussion here. Either side. Either way you feel, guys, it's okay. It's just an opinion. You know, it's just an opinion. So we don't need to get, I know some of you guys get a little dicey in the comments. Well, you're an idiot because of this and that, and you're dumb because of this. We don't need to do that. This is just an opinion. Let's just talk, okay? Let's just talk, have a discussion. I want to know how you feel. Put it in the comments. I'll respond. We'll have a group discussion and it'll be fun. All right. Love you. I'll see you next time.